Hey guys, Captain here. Today I'm bringing you two more of my Lego Pokemon. Today I've got Dwebble and Crustle from the 5th generation of Pokemon. Crustle was a request, but I figured while I'm at it, I'll build Dwebble because that'll be fun. I think these are the only 5th generation Pokemon I've built besides the starters. In general, those designs don't speak to me so much, but Crustle is one of my favorites, so this seemed like a worthwhile build to make. They're not particularly well proportioned in scale to each other, but longtime viewers will notice that I've started caring a little bit less about scale as time has gone on. Regardless, let's get into the instructions. Alright, so let's begin with Dwebble, which is a very simple design. Now, this is actually not my own design. When I was searching for reference material, I found that someone had designed their own Dwebble and Crustle and posted them to Reddit. And so this is the same Dwebble because I really just think it's basically perfect. I took this hermit crab piece, which is not that easy to find, but with more and more recent Pokemon generations, a lot of Pokemon tend to be kind of anatomically correct representations of existing animals. And so Dwebble looks a lot like a real hermit crab, which means that this hermit crab piece really fits it just right. So all I did was I took a round dark gray plate with a hole in it, and that's going to be important because there's a little bar on the back of this hermit crab. On top of that, took this cone segment piece in dark gray, and then if you want, you can place another plate or tile on top of that. I placed a 1x1 round tile, and you just stick that in the back of the hermit crab to make Dwebble's big shell. Now this will make it pretty back heavy, so it's going to fall over, so you'll just need to place it on some kind of platform for balance. But there you go, Dwebble is complete. Now for Crustle, a relatively simple design for the big shell, but let's begin with the body. And actually, the studs are mostly going to be facing downwards into the ground. So take one of these 2x2, I guess it's more of like a plate. It's a plate with a little bit of a stair step shape here and two studs out in front. We're actually going to hold this upside down. And now we're going to take two of these segmented bar pieces in dark tan, place them underneath. You can see already on one of them I've attached the legs. So what I used for the legs were three of these, three on each side of these orange bar with a clip. I sometimes think of them as Exoforce hands, even though that's a theme that's been gone for close to 20 years now. But that's, I think, where I first saw these pieces. I attach those as the legs. Now, it might look a little better if you use orange hands, like what I did for Parasect. The real reason I didn't use orange hands here is because they're kind of hard to source. It's a lot easier to find these orange bar clips than it is to find hands. You got to find a minifigure torso it's appropriate and pull the hands out. It gets expensive, it gets tedious, so I didn't do that. And I think you lose pretty little if you make this switch. So okay, now on top, let's hold this together with a black, actually it doesn't have to be black, any color, 1x2 plate. This won't be visible from the outside. On the front here, place two round yellow plates, 1x1 plates with a hole in the middle. On the underside here, these two orange studs, take this black 1x1 round plate with a bar sticking out of it. Any color really could work. I think as long as it's kind of an earthy tone, black will be all right. This isn't too well exposed, but you know, if you have like, I don't know if they even make this in orange or dark tan. If you find it, that'll work. Color's not going to matter too much. Now take a orange 1x1 brick with a stud on one side. Place an orange clip, tile clip on the front and have it be vertical like this. And then on top, have another clip and have it angled the other way, so perpendicular or orthogonal, whatever, and attach them, make this twice, and attach it to the black bar piece, and that's going to be Crussle's big old claws. Maybe we can angle the feet just a little bit. Now let's build Crussle's shell, which is pretty simple. I'm going to start from the top actually. Again, all the studs are going to be facing down. So take 4x4 worth of dark tan plates. I think they make 4x4s, but getting a bunch of 2x4s was easier for me. I had some sitting around. Beneath that, place 4x4 worth of dark brown, then another 4x4 worth of dark tan, then 4x4 worth of this yellowish orange, then 4x4 more worth of dark tan. Now we're going to mix it up just a little bit. We're going to take a 2x4 in dark tan going across the middle here, and then 1x3s on the side. Now this isn't the only way to do it. It doesn't really matter as long as you leave these two studs exposed in the corner, because we're going to need to make some room for the claw. Then below that, a dark brown layer of the same shape. You can see in this case, for stability purposes, to cover up, you know, all the lines and hold it together, I used a 4x4 going this way and two corner plates. And then on the very bottom, place a 1x4 dark tan tile going along this way, and 1x2 tiles going along this way. Now we've got 2x3 worth of stud area, and that's exactly where these are going to connect. There you go. Now we have Crustle. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the design. If you did, I encourage you to leave the video a like, a comment, subscribe, send this video to your friends, and check out my other ones. And I'll see you guys next time.